I'm reading an article about Hilton Hotel adding a surcharge for using a credit card. Now let's look at the detail. I think it said that every time funny thing happened to readers during recent stays in Hilton, both were charged a credit card surcharge tax. That's kind of interesting. It's apparently the hotel charging it, so how can it be a tax? The surcharge tax was particularly galling to Wallace, who had elite status and paid the hotel bill with Hilton Honors, as you can charge 32 cents, $1.99, and 19 cents. I think the problem is that for some bizarre reason, a lot of Americans love to be lied to about how much their service charges are, right? So you go to any hotel or you sign up for any kind of service like cable or internet, and they always break it down into all these charges, right? You never get a straight answer for how much, or just try using Airbnb, like what I'm staying in right now, right? You always get excited, oh, it's only, $30 a night for the long-term rate, and then you open it and there's like a huge list of charges and taxes. I mean, why can't you tell me that up front, right? It's going to be $42.89 a night or something like that, right? See, I would much rather see that online so I can actually make an apples-to-apples comparison with something else that I might want to do, right? Maybe I want to go to a city where it's a little bit on the pricey side, and I might even be considering staying in my car, and I have a good idea of how much extra time that might add to my travels, and I want to compare that to how much money I'm going to be paying, but because all the costs are hidden, I can't do that, right? What's really funny is that it's a surcharge for credit cards, but I've never known a hotel that will take anything other than credit cards, right? I have major headaches every time I want to travel to another country where my credit card's a little bit tricky to use, right? So I was traveling in a hostel in Warsaw, Poland, and I had a hard time using any of my credit cards. I mean, I paid the bill with cash, but they still needed a credit card just in case there was any damage or anything like that. And while I was there, obviously my cell phone doesn't work very well when I travel overseas. Trying to call the credit card company, I was borrowing somebody's phone, but now the phone numbers don't match the account, and they had to confirm all sorts of interesting questions, right? And I've never known a hotel where you can get around using a credit card, and now they want to charge you a fee. The problem is that we really have inflation, right? People want to deny it, right? Officially, we still only have 2% inflation, maybe 3%. And even these businesses need to deny it because the people who stay at the hotel are being denied this inflation, right? They're not getting a raise with the inflation. Their unemployments aren't going up with the real rate of inflation, right? And if they're getting Social Security, it's not going up with the real rate of inflation. And so the hotels cannot admit that inflation is happening without losing a lot of guests, right? So what do, they hide it in all sorts of weird, bizarre fees, right? Their rooms might be a little bit smaller. Maybe now you only get housekeeping every other night instead of every night, and they're going to blame it on COVID-19 precautions, right? We want to do a better job cleaning, so we're going to rotate the rooms and only clean every other night. And it sounds good, right? Because it sounds like they're putting extra attention. They're not. They're just hiding the price increase, right? That way they can increase the price only 1% and take out 1% of the service and then charge a 1% fee there. I really despise the way that a lot of people like to lie to themselves. So I recently had a very big frustration with this. I was trying to conserve the little bit of gasoline that I had in my tank because it's so hot out there. I just didn't want to go out to put gasoline in my car. And I drive a Mitsubishi Lancer, but this is not particular to that. The car likes to lie to you about how much gas you really have. When the gas warning light goes on, it could be another 100 or 200 miles before you actually run out of gas. See, I would love to know exactly if I could see the inside of that gas tank, right? I want to be able to make an informed choice. What's wrong with being allowed to see actual data, right? I don't know why Americans love to be lied to so much. It drives me nuts when I go to somebody's home And they set their clocks in such a way to, they set it 5 minutes after what the time really is, to kind of warn them to hey, time's running short. And then they tell themselves, oh, the clock is actually 5 minutes fast. Why would you need to set it that way if you're just going to tell yourself that, right? I don't know. I personally prefer the truth, even when it hurts, right? Because at least I could actually do some comparison shopping there, right?